Hello everybody, video here for you today. This is the No Cap recap of the Curse of Oak Island, Season 12, Episode 22, called Night After Night. Originally aired April 29th, 2025. If you missed any of my recaps of previous episodes, there's a link to my Oak Island playlist in the upper right. Let's get into it. Previously. On the Curse of Oak Island, people have been looking for an incredible treasure for 230 years. SB Canada is fortifying the Money Pit area in preparation for a caisson to be sunk into the solution channel deeper than most digging has gone, and where they think any treasure would have fallen after multiple collapses. While awaiting the readiness in the Money Pit area, and while Rick and other members of the team are on the Malta field trip, there's a war room meeting led by Marty. After they have gone up the right side of the swamp below Tom's Road, and first up the right and then over to the left above the road, Steve shows the currently planned next step. Back below the road, but to the left/west of the previously excavated area, in which they found a slate and brick structure. Marty says that they have explored perhaps 20% of the swamp, which leaves 80 unexplored. The new target area includes right above the eye of the swamp, something that they haven't explored nearly enough for some viewers, including myself. Over 4,000 miles east of Oak Island, the Malta field trippers meet with military historian Matthew Belzon. The Knights of Malta, known by several previous names while fighting alongside the Knights Templar during the Crusades and later, arrived on the island in 1530. The talk turns to the fortifications, especially the underground cisterns and tunnels, and Rick mentions that a previous siege had happened, so they would have taken precautions in case another one took place. There's also the concern of the powers that be deciding to come for them the same way they did to the Knights Templar in 1307. The team shows Matthew the pickaxe found in the RF1 caisson, 145 feet below the surface, that is believed to be of European origin. Matthew says that they were used going back many centuries and would have been used by the Knights of Malta in their construction on the island, and that you can still see the pickaxe marks even after centuries. On Lot 5 on Oak Island, the lot that just keeps giving and giving, Ethan and Fiona are excavating an area a few feet from where the lead starburst button was found. Ethan is the star of this episode with all of the finds. First up is a big piece of pottery that Helen calls slipware. She says maybe late 1700s, but could also be earlier than that. In the bog below the road, the excavation has located wood. And after that, this extremely long timber. And a smaller log that is notched. In Malta, the team meets their guide, Jean-Paul Monger, who says the tunnels underground was their playground when he and his friends were kids. We are in one cistern here. Then there's a connection space in the middle, and then another cistern on the other side. As shown in the preview for this episode, the walls show blue clay, which was also found deep in the Money Pit area, likely used for waterproofing. A French Knight of Malta, Isaac de Rosalie, led a 1632 expedition to establish the French colony of Arcadia, now known as Nova Scotia. Arcadia's headquarters was 15 miles south of Oak Island, 29.6 miles by car on this route that takes you west before turning back east. Narrator Robert Clotworthy wonders if they could have had another reason for the trip, because the Knights of Malta were recipients of many Templar holdings after that order was disbanded. Continuing to the tunnels in Malta, the walls are full of tool marks. Rick informs us that the original Money Pit shaft was reported to look exactly the same. Alex says what they have seen proves that the Knights of Malta had the construction and water works skills to build similar structures on Oak Island. Back on Lot 5 on Oak Island, in the same area as before, Ethan's second find of the episode is what could be almost all of the pieces of a creamware plate, which Fiona dates back to the late 1700s. Inches away from where he found the plate pieces, he finds another button. Fiona notices that the shank on the back is still attached. And the front definitely has a design on it. We immediately get to see the cleaned version of the button on the right side, with the one on the left found the previous year just a few feet away on Lot 5. The field trip contingent is boated north from Malta to the island of Gozo, where the Knights of Malta established a stronghold in 1565. They meet with Dennis Darmanin, a historian and expert in military artifacts and buttons. He has shown the Lot 5 button from the previous year that was a match for a Knights of Malta button. Dennis says he thinks the design is Spanish, which is fine because there were Spanish members of the Knights of Malta. He shows the team the closest match he found to that button, but it is much more precisely made. He goes on to date the Oak Island one to 1650, with 1675 being the absolute newest it could be, which makes it at least 120 years older than the Money Pit discovery. Before the episode ending narration, Dennis says that he is always available if they would like him to consult on something in the future, and is honored to have assisted this time. Next time on an all-new The Curse of Oak Island episode, airing May 6th, called Family Ties, Sha-la-la-la. While the team races to prepare the Money Pit for the deepest and final dig of the season in Malta, the Fellowship uncovers a family bloodline that connects the Knights of Malta to Oak Island. And in the May 13th, episode 24, called Into the Void, after a terrifying collapse, the Fellowship is finally at the precipice of the Solution Channel. I'll be continuing the Curse of Oak Island recaps as new episodes air late Tuesday nights. I'll also continue Season 8 Retro No-Cap recaps. All of the other seasons and episodes are done, and they are in my Oak Island playlist. I'm also slowly doing retro no-cap recaps of seasons 2 through 4 of The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. Seasons 1 and 5 and the first 5 episodes of season 2 are all done, and they are in the Skinwalker Ranch playlist. Secret of Skinwalker Ranch season 6 begins airing in June on the History Channel. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Sempre avanti.